Imagine a corner of the world where the glow of the stars still serves as a compass for those traversing old deserts, and in ancient cities, nearly forgotten by progress, where whispers tell secrets of times when these places were the heart of the world. This special place, away from the paths most trodden by travelers and full of enigmas that transcend time, holds a secret waiting to be uncovered. We're not talking about a fairy tale story or a legend lost in time. We're talking about Uzbekistan, a hidden treasure in the heart of Central Asia, where each new day reveals a bit more of a past that defies the centuries. Ready for a journey that feels like a leap to another era? Welcome to Uzbekistan, a place where the past is not only alive, but also invites you to lose yourself in its endless story. Welcome to the Fascinating Traditions channel. Here, we unravel fascinating secrets and explore the incredible world around us. Don't miss out on the discoveries. Subscribe now, activate notifications, and embark on this knowledge adventure with us. Right in the heart of Central Asia, Uzbekistan stands out, a land marked by the resilience and brilliance of its history. Since 1991, when it carved its place on the world map, Uzbekistan has been much more than a place seeking recognition. It represents a crossroads of cultures, histories, and an unshakable determination that overcomes the challenges posed by time. Our exploration of Uzbekistan begins at the foundation of its battle for identity and freedom, following a path full of obstacles but illuminated by hope and the willpower of its people. This story, marked by struggles, is also a celebration of a people's ability to build a sovereign nation, from the land up to the starry sky under which they persevered. As we delve into the narratives flowing through its ancient cities and valleys echoing with whispers of the past, we find much more than ancient stories. We discover the soul of a people who do not give up. In Uzbekistan, history comes alive not only in books or grand monuments, but in the streets, in the music that fills the air, and in the traditions that weave through daily life. From the shimmering domes of Samarkand to the lively markets of Bokhara, every corner and every smile share a piece of the Uzbek essence. A heart that beats proud of its victories and dreams of a future where the old and the new meet in beautiful harmony. Uzbekistan's independence is more than just a stamp in a passport. It's a vibrant celebration of its distinct identity, a melting pot of Persian, Turkish, Mongolian, and Russian influences that have shaped its culture, language, and spiritual beliefs. Here, every celebration is a conversation with ancestors. Every dish is a tribute to flavors that traverse deserts and mountains to establish themselves here, and every song is an open door to the Uzbek soul. As we continue on this adventure, it becomes clear that Uzbekistan's grand victory lies not only in its independence, but in how it has honored its diverse heritage to build a present full of life and a future brimming with opportunities. The country thrives as a free nation not just by facing challenges, but by transforming each obstacle into a step towards an even more promising future. Thus, traveling through Uzbekistan, we're not merely traversing a place where the ancient and the new blend. We're participating in a living story of perseverance, victory, and endless hope. In this nation of fascinating contrasts and endless beauty, each new experience is an invitation to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be, free, proud, and radiant. Through the vibrant paths of Tashkent, the grandeur of Samarkand, and the charming alleys of Bokhara, we encounter the true soul of Uzbekistan. These cities are more than mere geographical points. They are the beating hearts of a nation rich in stories and mysteries to be explored. Imagine wandering through the vibrant markets of Tashkent, surrounded by the enticing scent of rare spices and vivid tapestries that tell stories of centuries of tradition. Each turn is an invitation to adventure, each vendor a window to the past, each laugh an offer to share a moment. In Samarkand, under the shadow of its famous blue domes that seem to kiss the sky, you stroll among monuments erected by emperors and extolled by poets. The ground you walk on resonates with the echoes of historical figures like Marco Polo and Tamerlane, bringing to life the splendor of an empire that saw the world as its backyard. The details of each mosaic and arch tell stories of a time when art and knowledge were as valuable as gold under the starlight of Samarkand. And then there's Bokhara, with its enigmatic alleys full of whispers of a sacred time. This city is a treasure of faith and thought, where every mosque and religious school shines like a beacon of wisdom. Walking through Bokhara is to converse with the spirit of ancient times, to get lost in order to truly find oneself, where each tower not only points to the sky, but also directs to the core of the Uzbek being. These cities and their bustling markets are not mere points of exchange, but stages of a rich cultural history where each transaction is a choreography of hospitality and respect. In every warm welcome, in every act of kindness, the soul of this magnificent country unfolds. Here, where time dances to a unique beat, we realize that the true wealth of Uzbekistan lies not in its currency, but in the unparalleled beauty of its culture and the warmth of its people. So, I invite you to dive into this journey not as a mere observer, but as someone who lives and breathes the effervescence of life unfolding in the streets of Tashkent, Samarkand, and Bokhara. Let's explore these vibrant markets together, soak up their stories, and let every corner teach us a bit more about the endless hospitality of Uzbekistan. In Uzbekistan, a place where the desert sands merge with the blue of the sky and the voice of history whispers through the walls of its ancient cities, cuisine is much more than just a way to feed oneself. It represents the essence of culture, building bridges between generations and singing in unison with the land that nurtures each ingredient. Here, being invited to sit at the table is like being invited into the vibrant heart of the country, becoming a thread in the tapestry of hospitality, respect, and love that defines this nation. Imagine crossing the threshold of an Uzbek home, greeted by the inviting smell of fresh breads promising comfort and welcome. The naan, as it is locally called, transcends its role as a side dish, symbolizing unity and sharing, as vital as the food itself. Each piece of bread is a journey through time, an invisible connection to the past, tracing back to the days when wheat was ground by hand and bread was baked in traditional ovens under a canopy of stars. The kebab, with its ode to fire and meat, brings intense flavors and aromas that evoke images of nomads and open-air celebrations. The meat, seasoned with herbs and secret spices, tells the story of the ancient trade routes that intertwined flavors from the whole world, creating a cultural mosaic that found its home in Uzbekistan. Yet, it is the pilaf that truly encapsulates the Uzbek soul, a tribute to the land and community spirit. More than a simple dish of rice, meat, and carrots, pilaf is an artistic expression that requires patience, skill, and passion. Around the kazan, the traditional pot, families and friends gather, sharing stories while the rice, infused with local flavors, transforms into a dish that nourishes both the body and the spirit. Thus, in Uzbekistan, each meal is an odyssey through landscapes and eras, a mosaic of flavors that narrates the generosity of the land and the character of its people. Cuisine here transcends mere nutrition. It's an invitation to experience, a chance to share, and celebrate the invisible connections that bind us. Therefore, accepting a dinner invitation in Uzbekistan is to dive into the depth of its culture, to experience the pleasure of communion, and to realize that, in this meeting of historical paths, cuisine is truly a link of unity and tradition, a path to the heart of the country and its people. Wandering the winding paths of the Silk Road cities, Uzbekistan unfolds not just as a nation, but as a portal to human history, a place where the past of millennia echoes under our feet, inviting us to a transcendent journey through the legacy of humanity. Strolling through the streets of Samarkand, Bokhara, and Khiva is like being catapulted to a time when the horizon called for adventure and mystery promised unimaginable fortunes. These cities, vibrant trade centers where the finest silks from China, the most aromatic spices from India, and the most dazzling jewels from the East met, still hold the stories of when Uzbekistan was the beating heart of the known world. In these places, history is not just told, it is felt. Every tower that reaches for the skies, every school with its detailed mosaics, tells the story of an era of grandeur and intellect, when Uzbekistan was a crucial point for trade and cultural exchanges, a place where different beliefs and ideas met. Under the shadow of its ancient architecture, it's almost possible to hear the echo of ancient sages debating the secrets of the cosmos, poets reciting verses about love and life, and craftsmen who, with skilled hands, created timeless works. Beyond the cities, the vast plains and deserts around tell the saga of caravans that, guided by the stars, crossed the arid lands driven by faith and bravery. The dunes carry not just the footprints of travelers of yore, but also an invitation to meditate on our own journeys through time and space. Uzbekistan, with its age-old treasures, offers more than a foray into history. It offers the experience of touching the past, of feeling history alive in the ancient stones and the soft sands. Here, every step is a journey through time, every breath a connection to the civilizations that flourished here. Therefore, as we tread the paths of fearless merchants and follow in the footsteps of legendary conquerors, we are called to experience not just Uzbekistan, but the essence of the human odyssey. In the ancient cities of the Silk Road, we discover that the true value lies not in the objects left behind, but in the stories and hopes they symbolize. Uzbekistan is more than a keeper of ancient relics. It is a window to the soul of our collective history, a story that continues to be written with every step we take on its sacred soil. Exploring Uzbekistan is much more than an ordinary tourist trip. It's a deep dive into a rich cultural and human experience. In this country, woven through by the historic Silk Road, visitors have the unique chance to experience a mosaic of traditions and the synergy of diverse cultures that formed the unique identity of the Uzbek people. This journey brings us closer not only to the country's rich heritage, but also to the depth of the human experience, showcased by the unparalleled hospitality and generosity of the locals. In the cities and traditional tea houses, the warm reception of the Uzbeks is revealed, and contemplating their beautiful natural landscapes offers moments of deep reflection and spiritual rejuvenation. The trip also inspires us to recognize the importance of preserving Uzbekistan's culture and natural beauty for future generations, promoting sustainable practices and appreciation for local craftsmanship. By immersing in this experience, travelers not only broaden their horizons, but also become advocates of a universal legacy of love, sense of community, and mutual respect, contributing to a more enriched and connected perception of our world. From the buzz of its metropolises to the tranquility of its deserts, Uzbekistan presents itself as a land of contrasts and encounters, where tradition harmonizes with modernity and the past joins the future. Come explore Uzbekistan. The journey of a lifetime awaits you. Fascinated by the wonders of Uzbekistan? Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Share in the comments which part of the trip enchanted you the most and tell us, what should be our next destination? Thank you for following along, and see you on our next adventure.